Last summer I went to Pennsylvania and I found this roll of black and white film in a thrift store that expired in 1962. I did a little bit of research on it and I realized I could develop it with modern chemicals and it would fit in my camera as long as I did just a few adjustments to the spool.
Get it wider. Oh, there we go. That should be good. There we go. All right. Okay, here we go. You ready, Max?
You dropped the thing.
Huh?
Drop the film on the floor.
Where? Oh. So we're looking for the parking structure. There's like a parking alleyway that I saw. So we're shooting film from 1962 right now. The deal with expired film is that because it's expired, it doesn't take as much light as well as it would if it was fresh. So what that means is we have to overexpose by quite a bit because it's quite old. So the general rule of thumb would be to expose one stop for every 10 years. And because this is from the 60s, that means that we're gonna have to overexpose by 6 stops. Alright, there's the first one. The thing with this is that because it's so expired, I have no idea if this is going to turn out, because if it does, it could be really cool. So this is the way that I've always shot black and white and how I'm going to continue to shoot it because it just makes a lot of sense for me. I've broken down in my mind shooting black and white to 2 simple things. Because in my opinion, when shooting color, there's 3 things that I like to pay attention to, and that is color, lighting, and composition. When you're shooting black and white, you kind of just cut out color, so you just look solely for composition and lighting. It streamlines black and white for me and it makes it very easy. Not very easy, but more simple to understand. Now, I've been using this tip since I started shooting black and white and it's definitely really been beneficial. So I'm gonna wait just a little longer for any other people to come by, just in case. Dude, that was perfect. I really hope these turn out. Again, I have no idea how many shots I have on this roll because it's so old and because it's so weird. What the shutter does, and this is very important, is when you're taking long exposures, what happens is the shutter holds so it can take more light into the negative. And if you're shaking the camera while it's holding, it's going to get light from a bunch of different places and it's become all blurry. So if you have this shutter release and you just press it, the camera doesn't move at all, and you can take as long as an exposure as you need. So that's why we're using this on the expired film. We have to push a bunch of stops to let more light in. So we went to the beach for sunset and I took the last of the 1960s black and white, but now at 8 exposures, it's completely locked. Unloading it in the dark changing bag, because it is a different kind of film than 120, so I have no idea how it like ends exposed, and it even comes with a sticker like it used to. Now, you're supposed to lick these, but there might be stickers. But this is from the 60s.
Just go for it, dude.
Alright.
How did it taste?
It didn't taste like anything. So after I shot it, I immediately sent it off to our black and white developer, Casey, who pushed it 6 stops in development as well. And if I'm being honest, it turned out way better than I thought. I didn't think it was gonna turn out very good, if at all. So to see these results was really shocking to me. Obviously, in some of the later photos, you can definitely see some fog or light errors, but most of the roll turned out great, which is super surprising to me. I thought this was gonna be a super experimental, everything was gonna turn out grainy or too dark, but it almost looks like we overexposed too much on some of the shots, which I guess goes to show that black and white film can really hold up over the years. These are definitely the best results I've seen while shooting expired film. It was also my first time shooting expired black and white film. I've always shot expired color before and I always was kind of disappointed by it. it just gets really grainy and the colors get really muddy. Something that I saw in this film, which I know this is quite obvious, but it did have a very vintage look to it. It's interesting to me to see that the film stocks in the 60s looked like the 60s. It reminded me of old movies from that time. I really like the look of this film too, which is kind of disappointing because I have no idea where another roll that expired in 1962 will be sitting right now. Regardless, I had a good time. It was a fun shoot. But if you want to go experiment, definitely go try it. Go have fun with it. It was definitely a good shoot, so I'm not complaining at all about the results or the process. Also, if anybody's curious, our zine is available for purchase right now on our website. I curated this with submissions of photos from literally across the world, which is super cool. This supports us a lot. We really appreciate every purchase of this. There's also a digital copy as well. And obviously, we're going to be developing film every Monday. Our orders open at 10 a.m. That's all I gotta say about expired black and white film.